Hi, I'm Kim.
And I'm Tim.
And we're going to show you the Dirty Blonde. This is our daily driver Jeep, and we're going to show you what we did on the inside of the Jeep for a rear seat delete.
So this is an overlanding adventure Jeep, and it's fun, but we got a camper too.
Yeah, and we're going to show you all the details, what we did with help of YouTube and people that we did research on through YouTube channels, and we hope you get the most out of this.
And you'll see that you can turn anything into an overlanding vehicle, because after all, overlanding is just car camping with a different name.
That's right. All right, let's get to it.
Okay, so here we have the platform that I built. First thing we did is we had to delete the rear seat. Took that out, and I actually used bolts and the holes from the rear seats to hold the platform in. Now, as you can see, we've got storage unit and a sleep platform. So here in the storage unit, this unit right here is where we would put all of our kitchen supplies. And then if you look under here, we also have, that's where our stove went. Now, as we get further into it, we have a center area that removes, and we have more storage. Now, I used a combination of manufactured boards that were like plastic, and I also used 2x2s or 1 3/4 by 1 3/4 to keep the weight down. We didn't want to add a whole lot of extra weight to this, because after all, it is a daily driver, and we have not done any suspension upgrades. Okay, so right here we have just a small air compressor if we ever need to air down our tires for any reason. So it's just a little Craftsman, works great. Plug it in the cigarette lighter, it's all you need. Now, a lot of people spend all the extra money to get them mounted under the hood and all that, but since we use this every day, we figured we didn't need to upgrade all of that. Right here is our closets. There's so many compartments in here to hold everything. We've got glow sticks and some pens and toilet paper and sunscreen. Inside, you can unzip this side right here, and it opens up, and you can actually store your laundry in there. And we put dirty clothes in there to keep it out of the way. We have some flashlights and other fire starting essentials. Just about all your camping needs can fit in there, and it's really nice. It mounts right here on the roll bar, and it's out of the way. When you're sleeping, you don't even notice that they're there. And one of the things that we do also is we can stuff all kinds of things behind it, and they don't fall out. So it's more of a catch-all. Don't know where to put it in there. So more on the interior. We've got this storage compartment here. We got one on this side, one on the other side, exactly the same. You can see the skeletonized construction. Like I said, I build it to be very lightweight, and you can access this compartment from the top or from the side here. If you've got your sleeping pad and everything on here, you can still get to whatever is in here. A lot of times this side has all of our maintenance gear for the vehicle when we go when we're traveling. So like your you would have your jumper cables and your oil and all the tools, everything that we would need goes right here. So here's the other side. We've got a little storage in here. If you notice, I glued down an anti-fatigue mat on top of this 3/8 inch plywood. The anti-fatigue mat helps with our padding when we're sleeping on it. Also, it helps with keeping things in the back, using it as a daily driver. Things don't slide around at all like they would if it was just the plywood. Works really well. Also, we put the dogs back here and they don't you know, slide around either. They kind of like it. It's nice and grippy for them. Now, in order to turn this into the sleep system, we have to slide the front seats forward all the way and then tilt the seat all the way forward. And now I have a flap that pops up, and below it I have a piece of PVC pipe that I've got cut to the right size, and it just stops right there, and it actually sits on top of a bolt, so it's not going to slide out on in the carpet. Now I'm going to go and do the other side, and then we'll put our sleep pad in and we'll show you that. And there's our mattress. Now, the way that we have it set up, we also have one of those real long pillows, and we put the pillow all the way across the top, and then we use other pillows too. But we're actually very comfortable. We sleep with our heads right behind the seat, and then our feet are down at this end. We have screens for the windows in the back to keep the airflow and the mosquitoes out, because it does get really hot in there, so you do have to have ventilation. Now, first couple times that we went camping, we didn't have the screens, so we just had the windows slightly cracked open and let all of the mosquitoes in. That sucked, but lesson learned. Window mosquito net. Window is open, mosquito net just slides over the top, so it's actually double-sided, and works quite well. Got the elastic on the bottom. That's good ventilation right there. Door closes nicely. You can still lock your doors and feel secure. One other thing that we have in here is what we call our attic. It is basically a mesh elastic net that we string across between the roll bars up top. It would go from here all the way over, and we don't have that in right now, but that's where we would store our pillows and some sleep gear like a blanket or a woobie, and we would you could still drive with it. It doesn't get in the way. So that's a nice addition too. That's something to think about. So where we ended up getting it was, it's a cargo net mesh made out of bungee cords from Harley Davidson. We use them on our bikes, but we string it, you take two and string them together and then hook them up to the roll bar up here, and it works great. Just something else. So for the winter time, when we don't want to have the windows down and the screens in, what we do for ventilation is we have a best top convertible. So we just kind of crack it open and lets the heat out, or we can open it all the way up if you need to. it's really nice in the summertime also when you're driving around. You don't have the T-tops anymore. This is a really nice topper. We don't do a lot of what I would say the rock crawling and all of that, so we don't take the back top off or anything like that. So we just like this, lets the sun in, makes us feel like we're wide open in our little convertible. Okay, so here also in the back, one of the things that we do, we take a canopy with us, and we have a full, I think it's 12 by 12 by 8 foot tall canopy. Fits really nice inside the back here. We use that as our base camp. We'll set the canopy up over a picnic table or something like that, and then we'll unload whatever else we have in the back here, which would be, you know, our we have like secured food storage, we have a cooler, and I'm going to give you a pro tip on the cooler. Always make sure that you tighten the drain plug in it all the way. When somebody says, did you tighten the drain plug in, and you say yeah, be positive. Bad things happen when you think you tightened it and the ice starts melting. Anyway, so a lot of people will have one of those Dometic refrigerators. That'd be nice to have, but you know, we're not doing expeditions or anything like that, so just a cooler is fine for us. We have a table that's attached to the back door of the Jeep. I'm going to show you that right now. It's right here. I'm not even going to tell you the manufacturer or anything like that. We're not happy with it. We'd like to have a different one, but it does serve its purpose. I can take our grill and set our grill on it and it's fine, but the whole thing is it's supposed to have another leaf that opens up here, but there's absolutely no support for the leaf. It rattles really bad. The latches do not latch all the way, so when we're daily driving, when we have it closed, we have to put a pad in here stuffed so that it doesn't rattle, and we stick it in here like this, stuff it way down so it doesn't rattle, because if not, if we had this out, that's what you hear when you're driving, and it's terrible. So do your research when you go to buy one of these. Make sure that you already know somebody who has one, that it actually works. That's just my advice to you. Also, I saw in a video when we first got the Jeep, it was on Trail Recon actually, and he was talking to one of his buddies who had this really cool idea, and I decided to do it. And it's a light that goes around the back of our window. I'm going to turn that light on for you. And we have it works with a remote control. All it is an LED setup, and I've got it wired into one of my lights inside the Jeep, so it's always hot. I hooked up a toggle switch to it, and you can turn the toggle switch off. We're gonna try to get you under here to see it. We've got a toggle switch and a little transformer. Bought all of this on Amazon on the cheap. I bet all in was maybe $45. So here's the remote control. You can make it brighter or dimmer, and I can shut it off. Boop. So that's an upgrade, and that works out really well when you're cooking and it's dark out. The light's not too bright to attract all the bugs, but it's perfect for us. We also have some other lights that we had strung up on the inside into our little TV area that we have in here. I'm gonna crawl in and I'll have Kim film me from the side door. Okay, so there's our TV. It's just a cell phone tied up to the back roll bar, and as you can see, we've got our mood lighting. It's kind of hard to tell, it's light out outside, but we've got mood lighting. Then we've got blinking purple lights up over the top of me. Well, it's pretty cool. We like it. And as you can see, so I'm 5'8½". I am completely comfortable, full length in here. Not a problem at all sleeping. Spent many a night sleeping right like this, and I love it. To me, that's camping. So one of the things that's really nice about this is you can set it up for solo camping also, where you just set up one side of this sleep pad. Then you could have the whole other side with your cooler, all your gear, everything all locked up. And you could even cook in here if you needed to with the ventilation that I showed you. So this system, I mean, there's companies out there that will sell you this system. And oh, it's probably made a heck of a lot better, more quality than what I did. But price-wise, you know, this was, I bet for the sleep system, we've got maybe $150 into it, not counting the pad. I forget how much the pad was, but we got that directly from Jeep. Because this pad is actually
Jerk Stores.
So this sleep pad, I forget how much we paid for it, but we bought it directly from Jeep, and it's designed for when you fold the back seat down and you can sleep on it. But what we found when we did that, the back seat was at an angle, and then right where your butt would go was the gap between the back seat and the rear floor. So very uncomfortable, even with the pad on. We did it quite a few times, don't get me wrong, we still did it, but one night being in pain is when I decided I think I can do something a little bit better. If you look in the back window, we have a fan there that plugs into a USB or a battery pack. The battery bank that we have for it, this thing will run all night long and keep the ventilation moving. So we're nice and comfortable when we camp in this. So anybody can go out and do it. If you've been dreaming of going out and doing adventures, you can do it. This Jeep is basically all stock. We put a bumper on it, and we put larger tires on it, and I think we put a trailer hitch on it. And we also put the rock slider / running boards on it, because we have taken this Jeep off-road at an off-road park, you know, completely stock. Did everything with a friend of ours who had a lifted Jeep, had lockers on it, had it was a Rubicon. I mean, all decked out. We kept up with them in our stock Jeep. So Jeeps can go anywhere. This setup here is the budget Overlander, and anybody can do it. Okay, so if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel. Helps us out. Ring the bell, get the notifications.
And if there's anything that you've done to your Jeep, similar, dissimilar, that you think is a great idea, please let us know. We'd love to hear what you're doing, and maybe we can add to our Jeep build, and hopefully we were able to add to yours.
Okay then, we'll see you on down the road.